Good morning, English 119. This is Grant, and by request of a few of you, I wanted to address academic writing because, reading the still life and rhetoric is a little difficult if you don't understand how academic conversations work. So academic writing and academic conversation are the same thing. You have to put your words in a broader context. So the comic that I have right here, right, is the opinion would be the characters in The Sopranos are very complex. Okay, and that's kind of like a, blanket statement. You could even say, I think the characters in The Sopranos are very complex. Right? But the second one here, when you're putting yourself in a conversation, and the conversation would be some say that The Sopranos presents caricatures of Italian Americans. In fact, however, the characters in the series are very complex, right? So there's a prompt. Like, I'm saying this because I'm reacting to someone else. And when I say conversation, that's what I mean. And what you want to avoid that happens in academic writing, and I think Greece does not do this, is you kind of just say, oh, this person says this person says this person says this. And we never really get to what you're saying, or it's just a list of things. And what you want to do is, again, conversation. So back and forth. I know this is a little blurry, but They Say, I Say is a book that you can buy if you like, or you can just Google it. But they have a bunch of sentences that allow you to kind of create this form of conversation. So you could say, in recent discussions of, visual rhetoric, a controversial issue has been whether, reading it in a new materialism way is effective or not, right? On the one hand, some argue that blah, exactly. So the way that, you can transfer this, and you can use this for any paper you write in college, is to kind of create a thesis around this, this concept of they say, I say. And then you're going to do it throughout the paper, but this is a real easy way to set up your paper. So you can say, most people assume something, right? That's the common ground. Or you could say, this scholar said this. Disruption. However, other scholars have shown this. And then in this paper, I will add and argue this. And usually the easiest way to do this is to, combine disciplines. So it's like people in economics think this, people in philosophy think this. I'm going to put those two in conversation like they've never been before, right? And the easiest way to do that is to think about like three ideas that you have about your topic, or three assumptions that you think people make, and then three ways that your research challenges those assumptions. These things usually change when you're in academic writing, but you're looking for threes. So look in when you're reading academic work for those sorts of things. Now, you're going to see that Greece is using academics all the time, right? So she's using scholarly and not popular. And you want to emulate that as a college student. So I'm trying to give you, reputable sources so you can use those in your work. So, something like a peer-reviewed journal is much different than People. If you've taken 105, hopefully you've gone through this. But you want to read things that other experts in that field are reading. You don't have to understand everything, but you can understand the conversation, right? And, a lot of these journals and scholarly articles are peer-reviewed. And peer review is very tough. And if they can make it past experts in the field, the article is legit. Okay, so it goes through a much more rigorous process than something in a popular article. So the thing that you'll see in Greece's work is, she keeps track of these citations in endnotes, footnotes, etc. And as you go into your own academic career, you should be doing the same. Easiest way to do this is to keep track of things through a citation manager. I like Zotero; it's free. So if you don't use one, these are programs that will create citations for you in different formats, right? Like MLA, APA, Chicago, IEE, CSE. Because this is an English class, we're going to be mostly citing in MLA. But if you're more comfortable in another citation format, just let me know. Okay. And you're going to see the way that citation works is a little different. So in Greece's book as a humanist, she cares about who says this. Okay. So the names in MLA come first, right? Where something like APA or CSE, we're going to have the date right up front. Because, in scientific research, you want the latest research. But in humanities, we care about who said it. Okay? So there's different ways that you can cite this. But I want to bring this back to, when you are writing, you want to really make sure that you're putting yourself in conversation. And so when you think about Greece, like if there's a certain line that you don't understand, sometimes it's good to look at her citation and see what she's pulling from. And that will help you kind of understand what she's saying a little better. So I hope this was helpful. I will see y'all in class.